Good morning, everyone. We are here with Brix this morning. Brix and I are working on his loose leash healing, pressure and release, and today we are focusing on takeoffs. So Brix, being a husky, he likes to be in control. Huskies were built to be sled pullers and to be in control. So it's very normal and very normal of their character to want to always be in the lead on everything. So teaching Brix to be in a calm state of mind and for him to understand that he's got a handler that he needs to follow is just about patience and making sure that you just have a lot of follow through with him so that he really he gets the point. So takeoffs is a really great way to work on this because what happens when you are healing, it means walk with me at my pace. It means follow me. We're playing a game of follow the leader right now. Right? So if he is in the lead at all, he is the leader in this game, right? And that's not going to be beneficial to anybody. So if we first start moving and he immediately takes off to start, if I say heel and he is here and my feet are here, he is already ahead of me. So right off the bat, we need to be ahead of him so that he can follow me. Now, I also don't like to start off going in a straight line very often when I'm working on this because it's a lot harder for them to understand follow. They're just so used to being able to just go and do whatever they want, just because that's how they've always walked. Good boy. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say heel. I'm going to take my first step forward, and as soon as he gets ahead of me, I'm going to do a red light. Okay, heel. So right there, I'm going to stop. Now this is very light pressure, right? Don't let him fool you with doing. He pulls all day long. This is positioned properly for him right now where it is up high. Good boy. You have got to make sure, especially with Brix, that this is positioned correctly. You are going to see a huge difference in the way he walks when this is positioned around his skull than when it falls and it's on his throat. He'll pull all day with it on his throat and not make a peep. And then I put it around his skull where he doesn't, it's not on his trachea, it's on his pressure points. And he'll try and go even with just like a pinky's worth of pressure. So don't let him fool you. I am in no way choking him. I promise you that. So with him, normally I would tell you that you want to make sure that you keep your shoulders dropped and everything, so that you have this nice, I'm going to show you this nice U shape in your leash right there. Get easy nose. But with him, you can see as soon as we do that, he's just got such slick fur. See how far down his leash already slipped just from doing all that. Now watch the difference. Come on, bye-bye. Right, so already he sees my cat. Right, so this is when it's positioned incorrectly. See, look, he's already trying to pull me. Now watch when I position it properly. Oh boy. Right, so I put it up nice and high, and it's supposed to be up high underneath his muzzle, and then up high behind his ears. And watch the difference in this. Brix. Of course my cat has to come out. He always loves doing that to us. Brix. Good boy. Heel. Right, so now if I hold it a little bit differently with him so that it doesn't, see if I go straight, he's just going to want to keep going ahead. If I make turns, that's why we're working on takeoffs right now, because I need to get him to understand you need to follow my lead. Now after a few minutes he falls into place, but he's still, we're only about a week into his training, so he needs to still kind of work on this. And I'm going to take a short break from filming, and I'm going to do some repetitions with him right now so that you can kind of see the difference. I'll come back in about 10 minutes or so and show you the difference. So. All right, we are back. We have only been working maybe about 5 minutes or so, and you can already see he's already starting to respond a lot better now. He's calming down. I don't have any pressure on the leash. Now, like I was saying before, I am holding it a little bit differently than I normally do. I'm holding it really low down so that I have good control over it not slipping. So already you can see it slip. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to just real quick. As you can already see, now I don't have any pressure on the leash. Even though I don't have that U shape, you can see it is just resting there. I am not applying any force on this. I am just simply trying to keep it from slipping, because with Brix, he works so much better when it is positioned properly. Now I'm also going to do transitional with him, where it's going to go up and over his muzzle as well, but I don't have my carabiner on me right now as a safety, so I'm not going to risk him getting it off of his face and not having a backup safety. So we're going to just continue to keep working on this for now, and we'll add transitional later on today. But yeah, okay, yeah. You can already see that that's a lot better of a takeoff. Now right there, I'm going to change positions and give him a little pop just to say pay attention, but we go right back to that loose, no pressure, right? And as soon as he tries to take the lead right there, that's when I'm going to make a change in my direction. I'm going to stop. So you always have stop, pop, change directions, right? You have red light, yellow light, or change directions to get your dog to continue to pay attention and follow you. Those are how you're going to work with your dog. You have to always remember, if he is not behind you, what do I need to do right now? Do I need to calm him down completely? Then you need to do a stop. Do I need to get him to just kind of pay attention a little bit? Then you need to just do a pop and just continue moving. A lot of people want to use the pop and then stop moving at the same. Nope, you want to just pop and move. Right, perfect. Pop, and nothing stopped. I didn't stop moving. I just said, look where I'm going. That's what basically that is. If you need him to full on calm down, then you need to do a red light, which means we're going to stop moving. We're going to hold steady pressure straight up and down until Brix's butt hits the ground. And then pressure releases. So we're explaining to him, I need you to calm down. You've calmed down. You've gone into a calmer state of mind. And then the pressure goes away. That is how pressure and release works. We're explaining to them, what does pressure mean? It means you're too hyper. How do I get it to turn off? Calm down. Right? So that is your communication line. That's how you're going to heal with your dog, not just take him for a walk. And you can see that's why things like retractables and harnesses aren't an effective way to get your dog to respond to you. It's simply a tether. It's to keep them from not getting out of your grip. That's it. It's not a working tool at all. Okay. Yeah. So even that was a great start. I love that it's nice and cool out right now, because again, with him being a husky, he does tire out pretty quick in the heat. We were only out for about maybe 15 minutes yesterday, and we had to stop to get him a drink because he was already panting like he was done. He was trying to lay down in the middle of doing sit stays and stuff like that. He was pooped. So, which is great, because I know one of your biggest things was that he basically just has zero chill. So this will prove to you, and I'll show you once we finish this walk, how much chiller he is if you give him this mental stimulation. I mean, I haven't even left my house. I live in a cul-de-sac, so I can just walk around the circle and just do turns and lefts and rights and figure eights and squares, and then I can go up the street too if we start getting better. But yeah, I mean, it's more about giving him all these thinking moments. Hey, I went this way. Hey, I went this way. Hey, I'm going this pace now. Hey, I need you to stop, right? Those are all moments where you're making him use his brain. So you can already see right now, see how it's slipped and how he's already trying to pull through pressure, right? Because that's what he's so used to being able to do, is having it set where his collar is and then pulling through pressure. That's what he's always learned to do. So now when it's positioned properly, look at the difference. See how he's like pooped his head and he's kind of like, whoop, shoot. See the big difference in that? And I mean, that is really just about positioning and consistency with getting him to understand, hey, the only way pressure is going to turn off, and I mean the only way, is if you put your butt on the ground and calm down. Just because he's relaxed doesn't mean pressure should go away if he's still on all fours. He has to understand pressure means put my butt on the ground and nothing else. Okay. And then pops, so that's why you don't want to do these long drawn out pulls when you're doing yellow lights. It's a quick snap of the leash so that he understands it just means, oh, no, pay attention, pressure on off real quick, right? On off. On off. So right there, see, we've been going straight line for too many seconds already, and he's already getting back into that not paying attention to me, right? So I'm going to use some spatial pressure, and I get in front of him to kind of get and say, hey, nope, pay attention to me right now. I'm going to readjust my leash. This leash in particular is extra slippy. We were just going out for a potty break and decided to take a walk because it was so nice out. Okay, yeah. All right, so right there, see, I have, like, it's such a little amount of pressure, but did you see how there was a change in his, like, ooh, all of a sudden when he felt it? And I'm just going to stand with my pressure. I'm not going to release it. You don't need to add more tension. You need to get him to pay attention, okay? See, I didn't need to add more force on my leash. I just needed him to realize that that pressure was on. He was focused on something else, so he wasn't thinking about that light force of pressure. So I use my spatial pressure as a second force of pressure, not more tension. Get him to pay attention. Okay. That's really the goal of dog training, too, is get your dog to pay attention to you. It's not like, does my dog know how to sit or heel or stay? You know they know how to do it. It's just, how do I get them to pay attention to do it? Right, so right there, he was really like off into space staring at something. I gave him a couple little pops. Still hasn't really checked in with me, so I'm going to start doing some more things, more turns. Good boy. Come on, Brix. Good boy. Brix, good job. Good boy. Brix. Good. Brix. Good boy. Now you can also see, if you get all excited, a lot of times people are so impressed that they used to pull and they do one good thing and they're like, good job, buddy, good boy. We just lost everything. Even my dog just heard me from out in the house and he's barking now, right? That really just goes to show you, dogs don't speak English. I could have just been like, I hate you so much, Brix. Yeah, I hate you. He doesn't know. He just heard that tone and he's like, woohoo, she's excited, right? So you have to understand, if you want him to be calm, you have to give off the same energy. So if I just walk slow, and that's another thing too, as goes for like, he's going to match your energy. A lot of times, if your dog is getting ahead of you, instead of doing a pop, stop, or change directions, people will try to catch up to them and like almost try and beat them and he's just going to start walking faster, and then you're going to start walking faster, and then you're both going to be in a sprint before you know it, trying to beat each other. And when in fact, you want to do the opposite thing. If your dog is trying to go faster than you, slow down. This is going to be a lot more challenging for your dog to have to pay attention and walk at this really slow pace. So see, right now he heard my dog inside and he's like all fixated on it, right? I need to get his attention back. Now, again, I didn't come out with all my tools, my belt and everything, so I don't have any treats on me. But normally what I would do right now is use some of his food or a hot dog or something like that to get him to focus on me again and pay attention to me. So that, and again, there's no pressure on here, just so you know. Just so that I can get him to pay attention to me and refocus, right? So right now, he's not looking at me. If I start moving, he's not going to walk with me, right? He's going to go darting towards whatever he's looking at. But if I get him to look at me, Brixie, hi, buddy. Brixie, he's a good boy. Hello. Good boy. Brix. So now pressure on, pressure off. Heel. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Heel. I just use my knee a little bit there. Now that we're starting to get into a nice little rhythm, I can drop my leash a little bit more. Again, it just slides on his silky fur so quick. But look how much nicer this is already starting to look. And let's see, we've been filming for all of 10 minutes, so we've been out here for no more than 15, 20 minutes tops. All right, so this is a nice heel. And again, this is him in the learning stages of it. So once this becomes routine and what he does all the time, he's been doing this with me since the day he got here. This is how I always walk with all of my dogs. So he's just getting in the routine of, this is how I walk with her and my husband as well. And that goes for potty walks, like I've showed you in other videos. even if you don't have them in this nice, perfect heel, you can, okay, I'll show you real quick. So I said, okay, I released him from his heel position. Now we go into the grass. It is always going to be more difficult to heel in grass. I do not recommend trying to heel in grass. It retains scent, and dogs relate it to using the bathroom, so they are not in as strong of a working mode, and their the power of scent is going to take over. So, okay. Good boy. So when we're out going to the bathroom, so perfect right there. See how I just give this kind of, think of like starting a lawnmower. It's like a tug and release, right? So it still relays to him, no, you don't get to move forward like that. Calm down. But if you just do this and you let him move forward, this is relaying to, see, he's just going to do it. If I make him not do that and I just pop and release, look, I have a nice loose leash. He stopped moving. He's not pulling me anymore, right? That's what you want to do. So if you do this consistently and, after 3 weeks of, multiple potty trips a day, doing this with multiple different handlers, it will start to become a routine. Right, so right there again, he saw my cat, ran into the woods. So I wanted to just pop and release. Just think of it like you're starting a lawnmower, on and off. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys. Guy's making great progress. He is, like I've said, he is a husky. He's got husky personalities and traits. We will go into some of his more character issues like nipping and everything in a different video. I don't want to get too detailed on that. But all in all, he's doing a good job. He is learning all of his commands. He is socializing well with the other dogs. We are still working on possession issues. I don't keep any toys out during playtime. He's a little bit better with toys around the other dogs. Not so much food. All of my dogs get fed in the crates, but even, sometimes kibbles fall out on the floor when a dog is eating and I just don't realize it. And he will get defensive over those. So, but like I said, we will go over that in a different video. That's not for this video. This is really more about his healing progress. All in all, everything is going well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be in touch. We'll follow along and watch more of his progress. Have a good one.